This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Roll. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, there's a clarion call being made for Bahamians to register to vote. With national elections just months away, here on Grand Bahama, parliamentary registration officials say there is some indication that the numbers are increasing. Encouraged by this sign, plans are underway to ramp up their efforts in the weeks ahead. Italia Hall has more.
There are 28 to 30,000 persons who are eligible to vote in the 2017 general election here on Grand Bahama. The Assistant Parliamentary Commissioner, Reno Smith, says 1/3 of the eligible population registered before Christmas. He says now that the holiday season is over, that number continues to climb.
To date, we have nearly 2,700 persons registered in Central Grand Bahama. We have nearly 2,600 persons registered in East Grand Bahama. In Marco City, we have nearly 2,700 registered. In Pine Ridge, we have nearly 2,200 plus persons registered. West End, we have about 1,500.
Now, Smith says the average wait time during the day is between 25 and 30 minutes. He says now is the time for persons to come out and register before the volume increases.
We're open to the public until 8 p.m. every night. We close for a brief period at 4, but if persons are in here, we will still serve them, but we try to give the staff a little break at 4 and resume at 5.
Smith says as a result of the increase in numbers, the mobile registration unit will be suspended come January 31st.
Tomorrow, if you're in the area of Stop and Wash, we will be there from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Then on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week, that's the 11th, 12th, and the 13th, we will be at the Grand Lucaya Resort in the ballroom. We're trying to take care of all business establishments in the Lucaya area.
The Assistant Parliamentary Commissioner says the upcoming election is a national exercise, and if Bahamians want to participate in the further development of the Bahamas, they should register. Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
Some changes being announced for the Majority Rule holiday this year as the country is preparing to celebrate the golden 50th anniversary of Majority Rule. The government of the Bahamas has decided to have unified celebrations in the nation's capital. Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Dr. Michael Darville, says all Grand Bahamians are invited to take part in the festivities.
This year, we will be celebrating the 50th anniversary of Majority Rule Day, and plans are currently underway to host a special Jubilee celebration in the nation's capital where all Bahamians will band together, join hands and hearts as one in a massive march on January 10, 2017, beginning at 7 a.m. on Windsor Park. Festivities to commemorate this day are usually also planned for the island of Grand Bahama. However, since this is the Golden Jubilee anniversary of Majority Rule, the government of the Bahamas saw fit to host a big celebration where Bahamians can unite like our forefathers did in 1967 to march together as one people united in love and service.
Co-chair of the Grand Bahama Majority Rule Committee says that while he endorses the celebrations taking place in the capital, the changes are a bit disappointing. He says he's thankful to everyone that has been a part of the plans that were in motion here on Grand Bahama.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the members of the Grand Bahama Majority Committee for the leadership that they would have exercised over the past years. The Uniform Youth Organizations, the schools, the marching bands, the union, and this year for the first time we had extended invitation to all the family islands, and they are all looking forward to the celebrations, but we will wait until the calendar is released by the government from NASA.
In other news, the National Emergency Management Agency receiving a big gift from a Florida-based company today. The items will go to residents who are still trying to rebuild following Hurricane Matthew. Natalia Hall has the details.
The National Emergency Management Agency receiving some much-needed supplies on Friday morning that will be distributed to persons throughout Grand Bahama that have been affected by Hurricane Matthew, thanks to this organization. Over $30,000 worth of roofing supplies were donated by the Pathfinders Task Force, which is based in West Palm Beach, Florida. Leader of the organization, Scott Lewis, says they have been working along with Bahamian officials since Hurricane Floyd in 1999.
It's a blessing to be able to help locals and local government, and the Bahamas has improved so much over the years in terms of how it helps itself. And our job is sort of help get the patient out of the emergency room into the recovery ward.
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints on Grand Bahama was also a part of this effort. Branch President Lance Brown says they have a great relationship with the Pathfinders Task Force organization.
Well, we have a humanitarian aid system where we look at disasters that happen in the communities, and then we try to do our best to pitch in and give supplies where needed. So we'll do an assessment, evaluate what's going on, and see where we can help out as a contribution or donation to the community.
The Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Dr. Michael Darville, was on hand for the special giveaway. He thanked both organizations for the gift of love.
We would like to thank these international groups for their support and their ongoing support, because after the hurricane is over, people have a tendency not to donate anymore. They donate during the heat of the moment, but yet the Pathfinders Task Force Group and the Church of the Latter-day Saints are still donating to the residents of Grand Bahama as part of a humanitarian effort and the relief effort as a result of Hurricane Matthew.
NEMA warehouse manager Tammy Mitchell says the goods will be distributed to those in need.
The items that have been given to us today, we've been supplied with a list through the Ministry of Social Services, where we will begin the distribution process of persons who basically have minor damages and they're trying to complete their repairs or to start their repairs. We're finding that a number of persons are still getting lost in the cracks. So what we're doing now is try to get into those cracks and assist persons as best as we can.
It's Talia Hall, ZNS Network News.
Switching gears now, a young man is in the battle for his life tonight after sustaining gunshot wounds in the Grenfell Avenue community. Reports reaching our newsroom say the man, believed to be a resident of Scott Avenue, was standing outside of a house when a car pulled up and opened fire on him. He was taken to hospital by a private vehicle where he's said to be in serious condition. Police are actively investigating. A deadly shooting taking place at an airport commonly used by Bahamians. Tonight, we have reaction from Grand Bahamians who are at the Fort Lauderdale and Hollywood International Airport when the deadly incident unfolded. Tragedy at the Fort Lauderdale and Hollywood International Airport, as at least 5 people were pronounced dead and others wounded during a shooting incident at a baggage claim area. The airport is one that is often used by Bahamians traveling abroad. Reports indicate that the shooting took place in Terminal 2, right next to Bahamas Air, the only local airline that travels to Fort Lauderdale. Grand Bahama resident Celine Jones was heading into Fort Lauderdale to go back to school when the incident unfolded.
The first shooting happened in the second terminal by Delta and Canada Air. So they was letting no one there, and we couldn't find cord. So we had to circle around twice until I had to go inside Bahamas Air on the arrivals and go downstairs to get him. Go downstairs, there's like 2 fire trucks, like a bunch of police cars down there. I get him. We take the escalator back upstairs to my cousin's car, and she have a Lincoln SUV. So as we open the trunk, as we put in his bag inside the trunk, bullets, like shots go off, and people start running and screaming. So me and my brother duck, and then the guy started running and jumping over people. So we duck and then we just jump inside the trunk of the car. Then my cousin, she started driving off. I was inside the trunk. I in the back seat. I down on the floor, head down. My brother head down. My cousin driving with her head low. Then we get stopped again. The police by the car garage. They accident people out. They got their guns. They running in, looking for the shooter.
Jones says this situation was indeed a scary one.
We there for like 30, 45 minutes waiting for them to let us out. Then they finally let us out. After that, police I think secured the scene, hard racing. But then we finally let us out, and then we about to leave on the turnpike to leave the airport. The police had the exit block off. So we there waiting. We just waiting in the car for like 2 hours. And now, just like 10 minutes ago, the police officers did a run down by the bridge with their guns, machine guns and everything, and they tell everyone to get their IDs lock their cars, and go underneath the bridge. So we walking underneath the bridge, and the police start saying, run. So we literally had to start running to the bridge. So we running down. As they running down, we passing police cars that line up pointing towards the car garage, and they have like 4 or 5 snipers line up. Everyone of their shotgun, handguns out, machine guns ready.
Another Grand Bahamian sent a message to his family, beckoning them to pray for him as he was in the midst of this deadly situation.
Hey y'all, can y'all please pray for me? I'm in Fort Lauderdale Airport right now. They just had a shooting in one terminal. Then we started gunshots in our terminal and we had to run outside. So y'all just pray for me, please. Just keep me in your prayers right now.
The names of the persons who were killed have not been released. At this point, there has been no reports of any Bahamians being shot or injured. However, social media outlets like Facebook have been flooded with many Bahamians who were in the airport during the shooting and marked themselves safe. One Bahamas Air employee posted on social media, "I am okay, but we are not out of the woods as yet. One of the shooters are in Terminal 3, where Bahamas Air is located. He's okay. It's scary right now. Please pray for us." According to U.S. media, a suspect was apprehended and taken into custody. U.S. media reports reveal that police officials believe that this suspect was a lone gunman. All services were temporarily suspended at the Fort Lauderdale and Hollywood International Airport. Well, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is issuing a statement on the incident today. It states that the Bahamas Consulate General in Miami has been in touch with authorities to determine if any Bahamian citizens were in any way involved or affected by the shooting at the Fort Lauderdale International Airport in the Air Canada and Delta terminal. The ministry awaits word and will update the country as events unfold. According to the statement, Bahamas Air does not operate from the terminal where the shooting took place, but all operations at the airport, including those of Bahamas Air, are for the moment discontinued. Bahamas Air reported to the Consulate General that all employees are accounted for. Furthermore, all staff of the Bahamas Consulate and Bahamas Tourist Office are accounted for. We spoke to an official at Bahamas Air who confirmed that no passenger or employee was injured during the incident. They also confirmed that Bahamas Air has shut down operations at the Fort Lauderdale Airport and passengers will be rerouted through Miami International Airport.